Welcome back to another episode of Too Much Pod Tar. Today is a special day. It's actually our 100th episode ever. So that's exciting. Can't believe we've been doing it for this long already. Over a year since we started this podcast. So it's been a wild ride so far. Been through the ups and downs of what's going on in baseball. Of course, this season it's been it's just 60 games, but it's been a pretty good season so far. It's been exciting. Been a lot of exciting games. So it's been awesome to cover so far. Other than obviously the teams that had COVID and stuff. So, but hopefully that ends up not being as much as it was before. So, but yeah, we're back. I'm back again, Alex Kielar, your host, with Joey Ricotta with our DFS for today. For this part of the episode, maybe we may have another part of the episode with about some other stuff later, but this will be a quicker one for DFS. We should just go right into it. Both me and Joey are picking a couple of our favorite pitchers and a couple of favorite hitters and stacks. So we're just gonna kind of roll through it. Unlike yesterday when we kind of just dragged it along, kind of feel like we went a little bit too deep into it, but that's all right, I guess. Those are good ones too. But
yeah, never too deep, but it's also quick and to the point is good sometimes too, you know?
Definitely, yeah. I'll start off with some of my pitchers that I like. One that I like is going to be Blake Snell against the Red Sox, he's expected to go 5 innings at least, so he'll be in line to have a chance to get the win. So, he's just getting ramped up now. He's in his first couple starts, he only went, I think his last one against the Yankees, he only went 3 innings or something. And then the one before that, it wasn't that much, it was only like 3 innings or so. But this one is supposed to go 5 innings. And so far on the year, 14 strikeouts in just 8 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 3 runs. So he's been pretty solid in the amount of innings he's pitched. And also some of the hitters in the Red Sox lineup, like notable hitters, he's been good against. Xander Bogaerts, he's only 2 for 21 against him, 7 strikeouts. Mitch Moreland is 0 for 14 with 6 strikeouts. And Jackie Bradley Jr. is 5 for 16 with 6 strikeouts. So I think he can definitely rack up the strikeouts and go at least 5 innings, get the win. So definitely a solid option. He's the third pitcher on DraftKings, for 9,400. So looking at those top 3 pitchers, he's probably my favorite of the 3. Zach Greinke is a good one too against the Giants offense. So but I think I'd go with Snell just because of what I said, how he's done against the Red Sox lineup in his career.
So really quickly, do you think that do you trust his pitch count here? Do you think they'll let him go a little bit? Because he obviously can rack up the strikeouts. Even in the limited amount he's pitched this year, he's got over a strikeout per inning. But do you trust, because 46 pitches, 53, and then 59, do you think they'll let him go a little bit more? What's his increase here?
Yeah, I think they'll let him go a little bit longer. So I'd say probably in the 60 range, something like that, maybe. Which I think he can go 5 innings if he does go like 60, 70 pitches, I think.
Maybe, yeah. 59 last time, and he got through 3 against the Yankees. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. If he can, he definitely will pay off the price tag because he should get the Ks.
Yeah. I think, obviously it comes with the risk because you don't know if he's going to go 5, but definitely does pay off if he does. So I don't know. I like taking risks. So
Yeah, no, that's a good. That'd be a good GPP play for sure.
oh yeah. Um, and then just real quick, another one I wanted to mention was Kenta Maeda of the Twins. He's been really solid. 16 strikeouts, 8 hits against 17 innings across 3 starts. 136 batting average against. Against the Brewers offense, who hasn't been the best. Obviously they have Yelich as all like so they haven't really had much outside of him though. Him and Keston here, they've been the kind of the main guys there, but I think Maeda can definitely keep it up the way he's been going. He's at 9,100, so a little bit below what Snell is.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That was going to be one of my guys, Maeda. I like the way that he's throwing, and Milwaukee strikes out the second most out of any team.
Yeah.
K rate against right-handed batters so far this season. So, yeah, I like that. I think he's got a chance to neutralize them and get some strikeouts.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that call.
Yeah, and just kind of like yesterday too, like as you go lower, um, there's not really much in there. I wouldn't. There's not really many I would go for in the lower range. I'd probably do the same thing, as yesterday, going like with paying up for the top guys, like or the top few, like in the top four or five, like Snell and Maeda are. Pay up for those two, and then kind of go more value hitters. Because it's just there's really not much. You got Tanaka in there who could have a solid outing, but you just don't know what you're gonna get really from him a lot of the time, and he also gives up home runs. So, and then you got Jordan Lyles, Tajon Walker. That's not really appealing at all.
Yeah, those would be the only other two guys that I can even like. If you want to flip a coin, I would say
Yeah,
Lyles or Walker, maybe, but
yeah,
because they do have some upside, but and Tanaka, I think Tanaka, I would just roll the dice with him because Acuna,
yeah,
he might not play with the wrist. Um, and then that's another big bat out of that lineup. And Tanaka looked really good the last time out.
yeah,
But I don't know, man. He's another thing or another guy just like Snell with the pitch count. I mean, 51 and then 59 pitches.
yeah. Because he's still coming back from his concussion, so they're not gonna go too far with him. I don't think. Again,
Yeah, and that's tough for us. I mean, how do we? But 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs,
yeah,
5 Ks. I mean, you get that again. I'll take that and a win.
yeah,
At 7,600, I'd probably just have to go for it. They have some really weird pricing today on these pitchers. Like Zach Davies has been surprisingly good so far, but he's facing the Dodgers, so we're staying away from that, obviously. But Anibal Sanchez at 7,900, and I saw earlier Corey Oswalt was
yeah.
like
I was
way up there, and then
I
they
was
took
looking
him
at
off
to
for
mention him. Yeah, he's above Davies he's at 8,600. Like
yeah,
he's the fifth pitcher out of the out of the pitchers.
yeah. I think they took him out though. I think now it's Walker Lockett.
Yeah, they didn't officially announce the pitcher. I don't think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I don't
So
know
we'll
who
see.
it's gonna be, but
But I don't know why Oswalt would have been that price to begin with. It's like
yeah, I
it
don't know.
did no sense to me.
unless the Nationals just all of a sudden don't have an offense. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, I mean that matchup isn't good, and what has he done to prove himself as a starter to be that price? Like it just, yeah, I didn't understand any part of that. So I think that was a mistake on their part, but obviously they don't have to worry about it now because it looks like they removed him for now, at least from as being a selection.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, let's go to hitters now. If you're done with the pitchers, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the most part.
One of my main guys I like is Freddy Freeman. Speaking of the Tanaka matchup, Freeman, he mashes right-handers. Last season he had 30 home runs, drove in 97 runs, and had 1,005 OPS against right-handers. So, I think I really like the Tanaka matchup for him. And like I said, mentioned with Tanaka with allowing home runs, I think he can, especially in the short porch at Yankee Stadium. I might actually go with Freeman for my home run pick for tomorrow or for today. So Freeman had one hit in the first game of the series, but I think he can build off of going. He was 3 for 4 with a home run, a triple, and a double in the last game, in the second game of the doubleheader against the Phillies. So definitely see him having a day like that again. And he hit the ball. Even with just the one hit, he was still hitting the ball hard, like every at bat for the first game of the series. He's at 4,900 on DraftKings. So he's like one of the main, one of the higher price guys, of course. And then one of my value guys I was looking at, like we mentioned yesterday with Emmanuel Margot. I really like him now. I think it looks like he's really breaking out now because he had as we said, he went 4 for 4 on Sunday or on Monday, and then last night he went 2 for 4 with an RBI. So he's starting to get there, get some good at bats going. He's also facing Red Sox pitching staff and Zach Godley, who's on 4 days rest only, and the rest of that pitching staff has not been great at all. I mean, they've had they only have one really good pitcher in the bullpen too. Like Brandon Workman's been their best pitcher, their closer, and then other than that, they don't really have anything. So I think Margot can have a day along with the rest of the Rays. So that almost might be a stack because they've been hitting the ball a lot lately. So that might be actually a stack that we didn't get the stacks yet, but I think I might stack the Rays against the Red Sox.
Yeah, I have no problem, no issue with that at all. I think that's a really good call there. You can never really go wrong with the Rays stacks, and then you put it up on against a struggling pitching staff, and then Zach Godley, pitching on short rest.
Yeah.
I mean, and Godley's he's always inconsistent. I mean, he probably won't go deep into the game, so.
Yeah, and then they got to throw their whatever pitchers out there.
Right. Their terrible bullpen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I like that.
I'm sure they wish they can just clone Brandon Workman and have him pitch every inning.
Right. Yeah, Workman's the one guy that I liked him going into the season too. I mean, he looked good last year.
Yeah, he's been really solid.
Yeah.
I think he has like a something like a what was it? 2.05 FIP, I think it was. Something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are my two picks for hitters that I like.
I got somebody in that game too. I know you said it could be a stack, but the one guy that I'll probably pay up for tomorrow, who I think he's just seems like he's due to break out at some point here, is my guy Austin Meadows. He still hasn't homered, and he's only been back for a little bit since he sat out the early part of the year with he had COVID, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, he had a positive test. Yeah, delayed his start of the season. Yeah, he still hasn't homered, and this guy he hits everybody. I mean, it doesn't matter what hand they throw from, but against righties last year, he hit 24 of his 33 bombs against righties. It hit almost 300, 298 average. Woba sat pretty at 394. It just makes a lot of hard contact against everybody. And then Godley, I mean, he struggles. Last year, he struggled against lefties, giving up 40% hard contact. And his xFIP was 5. Wasn't much. It was actually worse against right-handed batters. But, the Woba was 350 against lefties. And batting average 282. So I like Austin Meadows tomorrow to break out and get off the schneid with his first homer. That'll be my home run pick as well. I think he's getting his first bomb tomorrow, and if he hits a bomb, he's obviously going to be good no matter what. So all you need is that one nice swing of the bat for DFS purposes. So I'll definitely roll with Meadows tomorrow. Let's see. For my second batter, where should we go? I mean, we don't know what the Mets are doing.
No.
Pitching-wise, so it's hard to really say who we should toss out there because I don't. You just don't know right now. But Huascar Ynoa, I don't really believe in him. I mean, 2 1/3. He only gave up 1 hit and a run, so it's probably a bomb. I'm assuming. His first time out, only struck out 1 batter. Probably won't go far in this game, but against the Yankees, I mean, I'm probably going to be stacking up the Yankees side for sure. And you might as well try to go a little bit cheaper. If Mike Ford's in the lineup at 3,800,
yeah,
I definitely think that that's in play, and I'll go with Mike Ford for sure.
Yeah, I like that. That was one of my picks yesterday, and he ended up getting. I think he at least had a double, or not a double. He had a base knock, 2 RBIs at least. So, and I think he had 2 hits actually. So, yeah, he can definitely build off again. It just depends. Like I said yesterday, I don't know if they're gonna put Clint Frazier in the lineup now because he might toss him in the lineup instead. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, that's true. You got to get him out there at some point. He needs the at bats.
Yeah.
Then obviously Voit and Ford would just be first base DH for either one of those two, right?
Yeah.
So then Frazier's not going to be anywhere but DH.
No, because he can't play the outfield. I mean, even if Judge was hurt, like actually hurt, Frazier wouldn't even get the chance. Like it'd be Talkman in there anyway.
Right. Yeah. Like what happened tonight, putting Talkman in.
Yeah.
Which we still don't know what's up with Judge. If that was.
Oh yeah, they said after it was just like Boone said it was just to be cautious, which is kind of weird. Like after they played on for the weekend, I don't know. I'm kind of like really nervous that it's gonna end up being where like turn around tomorrow he's not in the lineup and then they'll be like, oh yeah, he's hurt, and then like, why didn't you say that yesterday, dude? What the hell?
Because they don't want to worry people, but at the same time, it's like, just be honest. Like, hopefully they're being honest that he just didn't want to. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it was an 8-3 game at the time, so I guess I don't know.
I get it. I mean, the Cubs pulled a lot of guys tonight too, and that was after, 4 days off.
Yeah.
So, and they started pulling guys. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of get it. What weren't they? They weren't that far in the game though, were they?
It was. I think it was the 6th inning, so I don't know. That doesn't make really much sense. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Cubs they didn't pull that many people. They pulled Schwarber for Almora, and then they pulled Caratini for Fegley. That was just a DH. He just gave him a pinch hit at bat. So I mean, it wasn't. They really weren't pulling that many guys, but anyways, yeah. I hope for the best because you never want to see him out.
No. I mean, especially when Stan's already out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's exactly. It's like just this carousel. It just keeps. I don't know. We can't keep those guys healthy, and they're two of the most exciting players in the league.
Yeah.
I know. I'm gonna give you a panic attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna need another drink.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, I think Mike Ford, if he does make the lineup, he probably will be hitting in a good spot. Probably 5 or 6 in the lineup, maybe?
Yeah, he was 5th, or I think, no, 6th in the first one. So
if he's doing that again, especially if he ends up coming up in the 2nd inning after the rest of the Yankees got a good look at Inoa, and they can go back, hey, he's got this, he's got, whatever, they watch him a little bit. All right. Now, 2nd inning comes around. Now I'm ready to pounce. Mm-hmm. If they didn't do damage in the 1st inning, but if he's coming up, hitting 6th or whatever, I don't know. I'm playing game theory a little bit here, but I think he's just not a bad option though for 3,800.
Yeah.
And then I would definitely be stacking Yankees and Rays tomorrow. Those are going to be, and they probably won't be sneaky. They'll probably be pretty chalky, but I don't care. I'll eat it at least in some lineups.
Oh yeah. Well, I like those stacks too. Well, I mentioned the Rays, but I like another one I like is the Phillies against Wade LeBlanc, he's given up 11 earned runs in 14 and a third innings, 15 hits. And he was my dud that I had as for the AL East recaps. Like he's just been awful. So I think the Phillies can pounce on him. Harper, Muto, he did good the other day with like 3 hits or something, I think it was. Gregorius, those kind of guys, I think they have a chance to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and maybe Rhys Hoskins hits his first homer of the year too.
Yeah, and then they put up a lot of runs against them. It was actually into the extras, tied 9-9.
Wow.
So.
And then Baltimore won that game.
Yeah, Baltimore won.
They said no. I don't understand what's going on in baseball this year.
I think it was an inside the park home run that gave them the lead in the 10th too.
Wow.
Like what? That's like
Who hit it?
That's so 2020. I forget. I didn't really see. I just saw that they had that. I don't remember who hit it.
Oh, okay.
What the hell? I'm gonna look it up.
Let's see, I'm looking now too. On misplay. So does that mean Austin Hayes?
Austin Hayes. Does that mean it's? Does it still count? It does. I guess it still counts as a inside the Parker, even if it's a misplay.
Yeah, maybe he didn't get the glove on it. I don't know. I didn't actually see the play, so
No, I didn't either. I just saw a tweet of it. That's all it
was. Yeah, they counted it as a home run though, of Junior Guerra.
That was his. Is that?
I think. Or Javi Guerra? Was it Javi or Junior?
I
don't think it was first name.
But
wait, that's not even him. It's It's Deolis Guerra.
Oh.
I just saw the last name and I assumed. But yeah, anyways, we were talking stacks. I like the Phillies too. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a good matchup.
Wade LeBlanc has no business pitching, starting for anybody, I don't think, anymore.
I don't know.
You can't even call him a 5th starter anymore. He's not.
No. He's
30. He's 36 years old. I mean,
the only reason he's a starter because he's on the Orioles.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But I mean, Orioles are now over 500, 8-7. So maybe I shouldn't be talking smack about him.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, this is that's so 2020 though, winning a game on a inside the park home run for the Orioles. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it is pretty random, to say the least.
But yeah, so I guess those are the main stacks that I like: the Yankees, Braves, and Phillies.
And we're basically talking about the main slate on DraftKings for people that like the 8-game slate, right? That's what you're.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like for even the articles I've done, I usually just do like the main slate.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll give you one more for like an under the radar stack. Which I don't know how under the radar it'll be, but we'll have to see. I mean, you just have to check ownership and stuff like that. Oh God, what was I gonna say? Well, the Dodgers somehow always go underowned. And they shouldn't be under the radar. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they're loaded with talent. But Davies has pitched pretty well this year. So I don't think people are going to want to attack him. But I think that's a mistake. I think this Dodgers team is just way too potent and powerful not to attack. I mean, Davies is not a terrible pitcher, but I mean, it's not like he's just all of a sudden terrific either.
No.
So, I mean, especially in LA, it could be a spot where he gets hit a little bit. And I would throw a shot with the Dodgers because just the potency that they have in the lineup, and if they're going to be underowned like they seemingly always have been. I mean, Davies had a 5.20 xFIP last year and a 5.43 Sierra. So, yeah, he can definitely be hit.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely take a stab with the Dodgers, at least in a couple lineups tomorrow. Not in cash. Don't do it in cash games unless, I mean, they have good enough hitters that it'll probably work out if you want to spend up for somebody, but that's not really how you're going to like build an optimal lineup tomorrow, I don't think, because you have other guys in better spots like a Meadows, or maybe Meadows wouldn't be the best example because he started the season out slow, but he isn't a good matchup, and you want to play matchups more than anything in cash games. So, but I definitely will have some tournament exposure to the Dodgers tomorrow.
Yeah, can't argue that. Dodgers are always a good option to roll with. But I think we covered it all, so we're at a half hour, so we might as well stop now before we go too long. But that's today's DFS. So hopefully you win some money tonight. Tonight's main slate is 8 games, like we talked about. 7:05 start for those games. So get your lineup set before then, and yeah, that was our 100th episode of this podcast, like I said earlier. So go back and listen to a bunch of other ones that we've done over the last year. And it's we're only gonna get better as we go. It's still learning. Even after 100 episodes, I'm still not the best podcaster. I still have things to learn to do to get better at it. So,
Well, yeah. I think you're doing great. So, if it counts for anything.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, thanks.
You sound thrilled about it.
I'm just tired.
No, I hear you. Oh, by the way, I kept saying tomorrow, but by the time they even hear this 100th episode, it'll be today. So,
yeah, I keep saying that too, but I mean, it's just so hard. It's so weird when you do it, when you record it beforehand.
Yeah. So anytime you hear tomorrow, it's today.
Yeah.
Junior.
But hopefully we can.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hopefully we can do some more episodes with some of the other guys too. Like we haven't been able to have everybody together in a while.
Yeah, we got to get the band back together. What's going on? Everybody's busy with work and day-to-day real lives.
Yeah. Come on,
it's coming though.
Just quit your day job and do this.
So I would love to.
Yeah, if we
That's
started
the
making
dream. Hopefully.
we started making bank on it, then yeah.
Oh, absolutely. If somebody wants to start a GoFundMe page for us, I'm all ears.
Oh yes.
Actually, I'm for it. Like 100% for it.
Definitely, yes. Have at it.
Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, I know I don't pity us.
No. We want to make it our own way.
Exactly. Let's go Blackhawks. I'm gonna go watch the rest of this game and hope they pull it out. I don't know what the score is now because we've been on here doing this and I was streaming it on the laptop beforehand. But
yeah, so yeah, I'll let you go do that. But we're continuing these DFS shows, pretty every day. So definitely stay tuned for those. And just a reminder, you can never, and I mean ever, have too much pod tar. I've been saying that 100 times now.
crazy. Oh, hey, wait.
What?
Wait, Alex, if that was the Aaron Judge podcast yesterday, is this like the Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah, that I guess. Yeah.
Even though it's not baseball.
It's not a basketball pod, but yeah. There's nobody in the major leagues that has a number 100 or ever scored 100 points. Obviously, but
somebody had to have hit or had a number 100 in baseball, right?
I don't know. Did they?
I'm thinking somebody had to have.
I've seen like double zeros, but I don't know if I've seen actually 100.
Triple digits? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know if it is either. For some weird reason, I'm thinking of the guy from the Red Sox that they gave a bunch of money to, but then he went back to is it Rosny Castillo?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, it sounds.
Oh, I don't know if he had 100 though.
I think that though, yeah. Well, yeah. I feel like somebody did like back in the day, like 1856. 1883 or something.
All right, if we gotta go that far back in time, just forget it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go to Wilt Chamberlain, even though that was a long time ago too. Anyways, I completely just stopped the end of the pod for no reason at all.
Oh well. But yeah, just again, you can never have too much pod tar.
Very nice.
Adios, people. Win some cash.
Wait, are you still? Oh, okay.